Brewing step 1. Have a coffee. And contemplate the comprehensive instructions provided. I can't help but think there's more to it than just this. So here's what we have. Beer making mix. Now that sounds a bit non-descriptive, but I guess it's a grain of some kind. We then have some Chinook hops, which I thought was a helicopter, but they're hops as well. We have some Simcoe hops. We have some Tanium hops, some yeast, some sanitizer, a widget thingy, and a clip. The widget thingy is apparently an airlock, some other bits, a big long straw, which apparently is called a racking tube, some pipe, a demijohn, and a thermometer. Right, step 1. If you can make oatmeal, you can make beer. Everything starts with steeping your grain in hot water, check the temperature, and stir occasionally. Okay. Alexa, how do you make oatmeal? Thankfully, online instructions were a bit more helpful. Unfortunately, they're in metric units. So, step 1, dissolve half your sanitizer packet with a gallon of water. Alexa, how many litres in a gallon?
1 imperial gallon is about 4.5 litres.
Thank you. Additional ingredients, 3 tablespoons of honey, check, ice. Heat 2.5 quarts of water to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees centigrade. Dr. Bob. This bit's quite fiddly. Right, I'm up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit because that's how my thermometer works. This step is called mashing in. So, is this the consistency of oatmeal? It's supposed to be. So the next step is to sanitize everything. How am I going to sanitize that? Still sanitizing. This one's more fun. How do you do this one? My mash is staying at 144 degrees, so that's working. But I've got to wait another hour now, so see you later. I guess this means it's time for another coffee and see what I've got to do next. So they're all sanitized. The mash is mashing, and they're all sanitized, and they're my cheapo beer bottles, some Schlur. And now I've got to wait for 35 minutes. Getting the hops ready is like a game of pass the parcel. Ta-da! Right, so here's the situation. This is the grain. That's been a bugger to keep to 144 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've still got another 10 minutes to go. This and this may look like pans of ordinary water, but once it reaches 170 degrees, that will be called the sparge. I'm keeping up. I will then strain the grain into a pot, and then that will be called the wort. Okay. And then I put the sparge and the wort together, and then something else happens. If you are familiar with brewing coffee, you should have an idea of how the sparge works. During the sparge, you put the grain in a strainer and pour hot water over it to draw out those sugars you've created during the mash. Heat an additional 4.5 quarts of water to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Set up your lauter turn, a strainer over a pot. Carefully add the hot grain mash to the strainer, collecting the liquid that passes through. The liquid is called the wort. it will be your beer. We're making progress. Slowly and evenly pour the 170 degrees Fahrenheit water over the mash to extract the grain sugars. You will want to collect 5 quarts of wort. You will lose about 20% to evaporation later on. Recirculate wort through grain once.